Hey guys, Matex here. I'm here with the Zowie ZA12. I did an unboxing on this earlier last week. I'm going to bring the review to you tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you guys a short video on some configuration changes with the mouse. As many of you know, this is a driverless mouse. That means you plug it in and everything is in the memory. You don't need to download drivers. You can bring this to any computer, plug it in, and you don't have to mess with your DPI or pulling rate, liftoff distance, so on and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to bring to you is how to change the pulling rate. And I'm going to just minimize this here. And so right now I have it set as 124 hertz, and you can see to the left the mouse rate checker is maxing out at 125, 124 hertz. To change this, you can see on the right the picture shown. We're going to use mouse button 5 to go to 500 hertz. Mouse button 5 is this button right here. It's kind of hard to see. I'm trying a new camera out as well, so excuse the poor lighting. We might not use this camera again, but this is the mouse 5 right here. So basically, you want to unplug this. I have this going through my USB hub on my keyboard because this is not my main mouse. You want to unplug it from your USB port. Hold down mouse 5, and then plug this in until you hear the Windows hardware detection sound, and leave go. Here you can see we're now maxing out at 500 plus hertz. You won't get that much far above 500. Sometimes you might hit like 506 or 507, but it's pretty accurate. The same thing goes for a 1000 pulling rate. You pull it out, but we're going to use mouse 4. Mouse 4 is the one right below mouse 5. So we're going to hold that in. Same thing, put it in the USB hub. Make sure we hear the hardware detection sound, leave it go, and we're now at 1000 pulling rate. That's in the manual, so that's pretty easy to follow. The thing that I didn't find in the manual was liftoff distance. Liftoff distance is when you pick your mouse up, and your mouse tracks on the surface. So here you can see my mouse is barely off the surface and it's barely tracking. That means the liftoff distance is at its lowest point. To get to the liftoff distance to its lowest point, you want to use the mouse buttons again. Here, it's a little bit different. We're going to use mouse 4 and mouse 1 while plugging it in. What that'll do is enable the cloth pad setting, and that's a little higher liftoff distance. So again, we're going to pull out the USB. We're going to hold mouse 1 and mouse 4 and plug it in. That's now changed. And it's hard to see with this camera angle, but it's tracking a bit higher off the pad. Again, I apologize for the poor lighting, and I'm just trying some new stuff out. But if I have to, I'll remake this if I get enough people who want to see a better instructional video. So we're going to then go to the highest liftoff distance. To do that, you use mouse 4, mouse 1, and mouse 2. You unplug, and you plug back in, and leave go. Here, I'm now at about maybe an eighth of an inch off the pad, and it's tracking. It may not be completely accurate, but I'm at a higher point with the liftoff distance, and the mouse is still tracking. If you're playing FPS games, you want to use the lowest liftoff distance because there's a lot of wrist movement, and that could potentially affect how you're aiming. So we're going to set it to its lowest point, which I haven't shown you yet. You do that by pressing mouse 4 and mouse 2, and then plugging the mouse back in. That's done, and I'm now at the point where the highest liftoff distance was tracking, and it's no longer tracking. The mouse is skimming off the mouse is skimming off the mouse pad right now, and it's barely tracking. So this setting, you have to be almost at the mouse, at the mice and or mouse lowest point here, as you can see. But yeah, this is just a quick video. Like I said, I just wanted to test a new camera, and I wanted to give you guys a little instructional how-to with the Zowie Mice on how to change things like the polling rate. I'll also throw in the DPI. This is like a no-brainer here. You've got the Dpi Settings, which you change with this little button on the bottom. You press it. Red is 400 DPI. Purple is 800 DPI. Blue is 1600 DPI. And green is 3200 DPI. I only play FPS games really, so I tend to keep it at a lower DPI, which is around 400 or 800 DPI. I found that those DPIs work the best with FPS games. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. Pardon some of the mistakes in it and the poor lighting and the new camera, but they'll get better, I promise. Make sure you tune into my stream, twitch.tv/Matex. Make sure you sub to the YouTube if you like it. I'll answer any questions that you guys have, and I hope you guys have a great day.